Raptors have gone up 5-1 here in the first quarter with goals from Clara Menjoli, Grace Millis, and 2 from number 1, Grace Siedlecki. The Knights able to reel in a goal themselves by number 28, Maddie McAdams, earlier on. But as time expires, the Knights may get one last shot at a shot on net. They will not. That is the buzzer. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast on Vype. Hi, I am your broadcaster, Henry Hipschman. And an action-packed first quarter it was. The Raptors getting off to a hot start, scoring 3 goals on their first 3 possessions. The Lady Knights able to reel in a couple of impressive defensive outings later on and add a goal onto the scoreboard themselves. But with a 4-point loss, we will soon head into the second quarter. And hope you stick with us as we take a quick break. And we return here from break as both teams head back onto the field for the start of the second quarter. Number 1, Grace Siedlecki heading out to the center to take the draw for the Raptors. On the Knights side, Maddie McAdams trying to win her first face-off of the night, as the Raptors have been dominant so far at the center end on the offensive side of the ball. And the Raptors will win the draw once more. Speeding down the field is junior Clara Mengoli. She cuts to her left, has a clear path to the goal. She shoots, and she'll hit the back of the net. And another goal for the Raptors. They'll jump up 6-1 as the Knights caught a bit off guard by the Raptors' immediate speed out of the draw. So far, it has been difficult for this Knights defense to account for the Raptors' aggressiveness around the crease. And now we'll head back to center for yet another draw. The Knights able to adjust in that first quarter, become a better unit a bit on the defensive side. We're able to pull off a couple stops, score their own goal on the offensive end. But the Raptors getting back to business, and the Knights nearly winning their first draw of the night. Who will pull out of this huddle with it? It's McAdams. McAdams facing 2 defenders is going to run forward. McAdams facing one Raptor. Moves to her right, cuts to her left, loses the ball out of the stick, but recovers. In defense against Adams is the senior Zoe Cannon. Actually, Eliana Koransky. As McAdams charges towards the net, finds a hole between the legs, and scores her second goal of the night. So the Knights now jump up to 2 on the board. It is a 6-2 lead for the Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy. And an action-packed first half we have had so far with 11 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Both sides participating, scoring a goal for their teams. This is a Lady Knights team that is not too old as a program itself, started only a few years ago, as it constantly looks to develop and grow in its infancy. The Raptors win the faceoff. Clara Mengoli able to take it from McAdams. Mengoli, looking for a lane through the middle, is going to head to her right instead on the right wing of the offensive end for the Raptors. Passes away. Now Francie Sarant with the ball, tries to charge forward using some physicality. Ball falls out of her stick and recovered by the Knights. It's Piper Taylor trying to find a teammate to dump the ball away to. Now play momentarily stopped, and now it will resume. Taylor finds Marin Phillips. Marin Phillips, facing a slight push from the back, nearly loses the ball, but a whistle blown, and the Knights will maintain their possession. And now the officials head to center of the field, and a yellow card on the field is going to send number 5, Zoe Cannon, off to the sideline. So the Knights, a woman up in a power play situation, an opportunity to cut down this lead. Phillips still with the ball, nears the net, and deflected away. Possible second chance opportunity, scooped up, and no, falls into the stick of the Raptors goalie, Taylor Edgerton. Taylor Edgerton with a trio of saves so far today. Play is stopped once more, and it looks like the Knights will have another shot at a goal. Hope Friel running in with the ball. Finds McAdams. McAdams backing her way towards the net, unable to get a powerful shot off, and it's Taylor Edgerton with the recovery for the Raptors. Edgerton nearly throwing the ball away, has a whistle blown down now by the officials. That whistle will be in favor of the Raptors, and will give Edgerton a little more time to get the ball off and out of her stick. And a possible turnover. No, the Raptors avoid a sticky situation after Clara Mengoli is able to scoop the ball up off the ground. She sends it downfield. Number 8, Aya Gamir. And after a slight skirmish for who could pick up the grounder, it's the Raptors heading towards the goal, and yet again it's Grace Siedlecki scoring for the Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy. That is Siedlecki's second goal of the night. And the Raptors starting to run away with the game as we approach 8 minutes in the second quarter. The Knights in need of a little offensive spark to get their team going. The Knights sending in someone new at the center to draw. It's the junior Piper Taylor going up against Siedlecki. And the Raptors win the draw nearly, yes. And the refs allow play to resume. Mengoli trotting downfield, cuts to her left twice, and her shot is too strong, bounces right of the cage and falls out of bounds, so it'll give the Knights the ball back. On the far side of the field, the Lady Knights moving quickly, crossing midfield. They pass it off to Kate Bradshaw. Kate Bradshaw has the ball falling around on the ground. She's able to scoop it up. The refs allowing the girls to play. And now, no, they're going to call back Bradshaw and allow her to start from a more stable position. Bradshaw bounce pass to McAdams. McAdams running towards the goal, finds the left side, and bouncing off the pipe and into the back of the net is McAdams yet again for the Lady Knights. She has all 3 goals so far. They trail 7-3 with just over 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Now that first quarter went by in what felt like a breeze. This second quarter, a little more balanced on the offensive end for both teams. It's Taylor back at the center for the Lady Knights. Siedlecki for the Raptors. Siedlecki won the last draw. And she nearly won that one as well, but McAdams able to come out from the perimeter of the circle. Siedlecki falls to the ground and a whistle is blown. Play is stopped. And now a yellow card coming out on Siedlecki. So Siedlecki's going to head off the field. So the Raptors now with only 10 players on the field, and in women's lacrosse, each team is allowed 12. But now 2 yellow cards this quarter have sent them down 2 players. McAdams finds Taylor. Taylor could not convert. And Taylor Edgerton with the save. It was Piper Taylor with the shot. The Knights will have the ball on the far sideline, still in offensive territory in their attack zone. Running in is Hope Friel. Hope Friel trying to take herself. A less than powerful bounce shot will not do the damage that was intended. Edgerton instead going to dump it off to her teammate, junior Rebecca Gonzalez. Gonzalez losing control. Was picked up by Zoe Cannon. Now Zoe Cannon sprinting towards the opposing net. Cannon weaving, running, tries to pick it up. Now going to slow things down as the officials once again stop play. So the officials having a heavy influence so far early in this game. Cannon with the lacrosse equivalent of a free throw opportunity. Able to start about 20 feet in front of the goal, have an opportunity to run up. Instead, going to pass far right side. The Raptors circling the crease. Charging in, losing the ball, but a foul was called. The rest will allow play to resume. Piper Taylor crossing midfield faces 2 defenders. Trying to slap the ball away. Zoe Cannon against Friel. Or against Taylor. Now it's McAdams. McAdams using the spin move throughout the game so far to her advantage. Now circling the back of the net. McAdams surrounding. Nearly had an open shot. Could not find it. Bounces out of bounds. The Knights are arguing that it is their ball, and the officials will agree. So bringing it in is Elena Ensley. And Ensley is going to lose control and allow the Raptors to now take possession. The Raptors doing their best to get off their own half. McAdams with the turnover. McAdams facing one defender. McAdams, a possible goal. Loses control, though. And the ball falls right of the net. And it's Egerton scooping and saving what could have been an easy goal for the Knights. Bit of a skirmish for who has the ball going on the Knights' offensive end. Finally, the Raptors come up with it. Siedlecki sprinting across midfield. Siedlecki facing minimal opposition. She nears the goal. Siedlecki thought about a shot, going to slow things down instead. But now we'll get a whistle. And Siedlecki will get a running start towards goal. Again, the equivalent of a basketball free throw is the best way to think about this. Having a open lane while the Knights will have an opportunity to converge and defend Siedlecki's shot, assuming she does not choose to pass it. Siedlecki again instead rounds the back of the net, looking for an opening, and instead faces a wall of Knights, and she will have no opportunity for another goal. But she will get that running start once more, this time from a more advantageous position, more in front of the net. Near Siedlecki is McAdams, right behind her. Two minutes and 17 seconds ticking down, and Siedlecki charging forward, shoots and scores. So now the Raptors jump up to an 8-3 lead with about 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. That'll be Siedlecki's third goal of the night. So she now ties Clara Mengoli on the Raptors for 3 goals against the Knights so far. The draw nearly won by the Knights, but the officials will blow the whistle in their favor, so they'll get a free start. It's McAdams crossing midfield. McAdams, the sole goal scorer for the Knights so far. She's forced to her right, nears the near side alley of the field, and will try on over to the right wing. She'll pass away to Friel. Hope Friel, the freshman, and now she gives it back to McAdams. McAdams stutter stepping, looking for an option. Grace Mills trying to give an open look right in front of the net. McAdams perhaps going to keep it herself. Pushed away. Will she pass it away? Yes, she will. Now it's Kate Bradshaw, the senior, cradling the ball. Not before it pops out of her stick. Trying to recover it is Elena Ensley. And she does. Falls out again, and this time it falls out of bounds. So a free ball for the Raptors. After the Knights trying to search for an answer for their opponent's latest goal. 40 seconds ticking down on the clock here in the first half. The Raptors perhaps one more opportunity to get a shot off on the offensive side. The refs trying to set up the start, wasting precious seconds. Raptors charging downfield. Lauren Sanchez gets knocked to the ground, It's recovered by Clara Mengoli, and Mengoli is going to score. So with 5 seconds remaining in the first half, the Raptors go up 9-3. And that'll be the third goal for Mengoli tonight. We'll have one more draw at center field, and then most likely time will expire. So first half not going the Lady Knights' way, going down 9-3. Standing out, Maddie McAdams with 3 goals. Will try and come back out in the second half, try and thrust her team towards a comeback victory. And with that, we're going to take a quick break as both teams head back to their locker rooms for halftime, and we will be rejoining you momentarily. Stick with us here on Vype. And with 30 seconds left for the halftime break, we come back to you on Vype. Again, I'm Henry Hipschman bringing you tonight's broadcast between the Regents Lady Knights and the Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy Raptors. So far, it has been all Raptors. They are ahead 9-3 over the Lady Knights, who have struggled on the offensive end of the field. But not if your name is Maddie McAdams. Maddie McAdams has been stellar so far. 4 Regents, having 3 goals, controlling the pace of play for her team, and will now need to be the catalyst for what could be a possible comeback here in the second half of tonight's game. On the other side of the field, the Raptors have been doing it all, and it's been 3 players creating most of their offensive production. Clara Mengoli with 3 goals, Grace Siedlecki with 3, and then Grace Mills with some goals herself. Both teams now head back from their benches and onto the field and get ready for the upcoming draw. It's Maddie McAdams heading back out to the center for the Knights. And Clara Mengoli for the Raptors. And Mengoli nearly wins yet another face-off. Who will come out of this pile? It'll be the Raptors with the ball. It's Siedlecki off to a fast start. Siedlecki racing towards the net and right away finding the left side of the cage for yet another goal for Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy. And that's where we've seen the Lady Knights at their most vulnerable, when the Raptors kind of jump off to a hot start, sprint straight towards the net, and find a hole in the Knights' defense. It's actually Siedlecki's 4th goal of the night as McAdams and Mengoli head back to center. Siedlecki now solely leading her team tonight in goals, Siedlecki now solely leading her team tonight in goals, surpassing Mengoli, who has 3. And the Raptors back on offense, having to slow things down this time. An opportunity to sprint towards the cage, not taken by Zoe Cannon, passes it away instead. The Raptors feeling out the Knights' defense. Siedlecki cuts to her right, sprinting straight towards the goal, and in the same spot is able to find the back of the net once more. So now, with less than a minute passing in the third quarter, the Raptors have jumped up 11-3 due to the efforts of Grace Siedlecki, now with 2 goals in this third quarter. That'll bring her to 5 on the evening. The Knights struggling to win a majority of the draws at center, with the Raptors coming up with the ball once more. Charging towards the middle of the field is Mengoli. She's met by a wall of Knights that are pushing her outside, but a whistle will be blown in Mengoli's favor. Now Mengoli, nearly having her stick slapped from behind, is able to still hold on to the ball. She'll pass back to Lauren Sanchez, and then Sanchez able to find Siedlecki. Siedlecki going to pass it away to Cannon, back to Sanchez. The Raptors again feeling out this Knights defense, looking for the ideal opportunity to sprint towards the net. Haven't seen a lot of long distance shots from either team. The Raptors attempted one early on in the game, it was a slow bounce shot that fell far left. Both of these teams, their goals coming from close proximity, relying on aim rather than power. And the Knights will now take possession. And we wait on the officials to resume play. It's Marin Phillips crossing midfield for the Knights. She's checked hard and loses the ball. So hard that the refs will blow a whistle. And a Raptors slow to get up. Lauren Sanchez, after a hard hit to the abdomen area, it looked like, is able to head off the field under her own power. Checking in for her is Lulu Topkins. It's Phillips. Passing to Hope Friel. The ball is loose. And a whistle is blown. Now the Knights off to a quick jump after the refs resume play. Piper Taylor spinning around, unable to get past her defender. And Amalia Arelno forcing the turnover. The Raptors find themselves back on offense, but the ball trickles out of bounds. And we'll go back to the Lady Knights. So a stroke of luck for the Lady Knights, who have yet to score this quarter. Still 8 minutes and 42 seconds remaining, so plenty of time. On the far side, the Knights slapping the ball around with their stick, allowing opportunity for the Raptors to interfere, and now the Raptors will be given possession by the officials. Cannon, facing a double team, loses the ball. And Piper Taylor able to shake her defender as Cannon's ankle's slightly broken, falls to the ground. Taylor crosses midfield, passes to McAdams. McAdams deciding to take it herself. No, she'll run around the back of the net instead. But the refs blow a whistle, and this could be in the Knights' favor. And it is. So McAdams will get a running start about 20, 25 feet from the goal. Nearest to her on the Raptors side is Clara Mengoli. McAdams, a high shot, goes left, but recovered by her teammate, Elena Ensley. So the Knights still alive on this offensive possession. But not before the officials blow yet another whistle. Now the clock still counts down even when the whistle is blown. So some time ticking down here as the Knights try and establish themselves on offense once again. They've been quiet throughout this game offensively. And a high pass is going to sail away from the Knights, and the Raptors able to capitalize and take control. Mengoli trying to cross midfield is met by 4 defenders, and will have the ball slapped out of her stick, not before the officials blow the whistle yet again. Quick pass from Mengoli goes wild. Raptors are able to scoop it up off the ground. Nearly, but no. The Knights will take the ball after the Raptors go beyond the far boundary. On the far side, it's McAdams sprinting up the alley. McAdams facing Koransky. Nearly had an open teammate near goal, decided to keep the ball instead. McAdams looks like she's going to try and do it herself, and the bounce shot is saved by number 3, Taylor Edgerton, for Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy. Now, we've not seen the Raptors on offense in what seems like a while, and they'll have a shot here as the bounce shot is deflected away, nearly scooped back up, and rebounding her own shot was Zoe Cannon, but a whistle will be blown instead. And now the Knights will take the ball. Starting off with it is Marin Phillips. Just about 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Phillips sprinting full speed. Crosses the center. She'll cut right. Can't find a lane up the middle. Couple cutbacks, dancing around. But the Raptors defense frustratingly pushing her away. She gets a shot off. It's going to fall far left and go out of bounds. So Phillips with an opportunity to get the ball out of her stick. Missed the cage by just a couple feet, but it will stay on the offensive end for the Knights. And a high pass intercepted. No, batted away, and now it's a skirmish for who will recover. And the Knights will take the ball. Oh, but it's lost again and again. It's a fight for control. And the refs will say it's the Raptors' ball. So an offensive drive cut short by the Raptors defense. The Knights pressing on the Raptors offensively. Pressing on the Raptors offense. Nearly fighting for the ball to fall in their favor, but it will stay with the Raptors. And now, no, the refs will change their minds, and the Knights will get the ball. Falling out of Elena Franta's stick, the ball will roll beyond the boundary and go back to the Raptors. So a back and forth here between both teams, unable to find themselves on long offensive drives like we saw earlier on in the game. Both teams just kind of losing control at certain points and fighting for the ball, which has been kicked or batted or rolled out of bounds and has constantly been switching possession in these last few minutes. It's Franta on the far side of the offensive zone for the Knights. She takes a hard shot straight at the goal and deflected away by Edgerton. And again, the officials now getting involved. with 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. So after taking a shot that was saved by Edgerton, Franta will now sprint towards the net and perhaps have a second opportunity. She surrounds the backside, throws too soon, and could not get in front and get the ball on target. Instead, hit the back of the net and rolled into the stick of her teammate, Elena Ensley. Seeing a lot more physicality as this third quarter nears its end, and almost a goal misses left for the Knights. Giada Artaza taking that latest shot for Regents. Edgerton just throwing it downfield, finding any teammate she can to avoid pressure near the net. Raptors crossing midfield. Unable to reel in the pass, though, and again, a turnover that could have been preventable. Something both teams have struggled with tonight. It was Scarlett Newlander allowing that ball to fall out of bounds. Now Hope Friel looking for another shot for the Lady Knights. Ball falls out of her stick. She faces a physical defender, number 14, Francie Surratt, for Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy. The Knights, nearing the net, had the ball batted away. And the officials will say that was a foul. Now, there's no checking in women's lacrosse like there is in men's lacrosse. Elena Ensley with the restart opportunity. The ball knocked away and recovered by Raptors goalie Taylor Edgerton. And with that, time will expire here in the third quarter. The Knights down 11-3, in need of a miracle perhaps to come back in this game. Stick with us, and we will rejoin you soon on Vype. The fourth and final quarter about to begin. The Raptors up 11-3 as we enter this final stretch of today's game. The Knights struggling to score since the first half with all their goals is Maddie McAdams, who now is at center for the draw against Clara Mengoli. And McAdams nearly winning her first draw of the night, has the ball batted away by Mengoli, and Mengoli not able to scoop it up and start running, but it was knocked out of bounds by the Knights, so Mengoli will take possession anyways. Mengoli far in front of the middle of the net, facing a double team. And all that physicality is going to draw a foul on the Knights. Mengoli going to keep it herself, run straight towards the net, and a nice deflection for the Knights in goal. A beautiful save to keep more points from jumping onto the scoreboard. The Raptors will keep the ball, though, on the offensive side of the field. Francie Surratt wrestling with Olivia Hansen for the ball. And now Surratt going to send that ball into the net. And after what was a beautiful save, another goal scored for the Raptors as they jump to 12-3 with 10 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock. The Raptors hot from the jump of today's game, able to outpace the Knights tonight. And the Raptors winning yet another face-off. It's Mengoli carrying the ball herself. She had only one defender to beat before the whistle was blown and play was stopped. So now a violation on the Raptors will give the ball back to the Knights. Officials signal play. McAdams weaving, winding, moving towards the right side, charging towards the net. Thought about a shot. She's tripped up behind the goal. And she will get the ball back and will have a starting position adjacent of the goal. It's a tight angle she has towards the net. It's Mengoli, the closest defender, accompanied by number 13, Lulu Topkins. McAdams shoots right away, and a block by Edgerton keeps the Knights at 3 so far. A save by 3 keeps the score at 3 as time ticks down in the final quarter of today's game. Now it's Kate Bradshaw with a near impressive offensive opportunity. But again, Egerton finds a way to snag the ball in her stick for the Raptors and prevent yet another goal. It's a physical battle on the far alley as Mengoli heads up the wing. It's actually number 20, Rebecca Gonzalez, heading up the wing previously. But she loses the ball, and the Knights will now charge downfield. The Knights in need of some kind of offensive production as we tick down to nearly 7.5 minutes. Piper Taylor facing tight pressure. It's a one-on-one, Taylor versus Lulu Tompkins. Taylor trying to spin her way out of it. Taylor going to take a shot, and Egerton deflects away, but Taylor with her own recovery of her miss. It was on target, but hit Egerton straight on. An easy save for the Raptors goalie, who has had an impressive night so far. Now a tussle for the ball in the near boundary is going to fall in favor of the Knights. Hope Friel trying to cut, loses the ball nearly, but a violation on the Raptors for a check. So Hope Friel will set up from long distance in front of the goal, tries to just toss one towards the cage, and easily saved by Egerton. The Raptors, though, nearly throwing the ball away. Do they? Yes, they will. So the Knights almost get the ball back, not before the whistle is blown. The officials will whistle in their favor, so the Knights with the ball. Giada Artaza having the ball fall out of her stick. And now both teams kicking the ball free to gain possession. So the Raptors will recover. Good defense, limiting Artaza's ability to near the net. And a few scuffles for the forward possession. As time ticks down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and the Knights able to... No, the refs will pull out a yellow card. And Maddie McAdams, not looking happy with that call, has to head off the field. So the Knights' best player of today's game now heading off after receiving a yellow card. McAdams walks off with 3 goals, the Knights' only 3 goals of today's contest. And a wild pass will give the Knights a free scoop. Elena Franta being forced to her right, has the ball knocked away. But the Raptors just a bit too physical, going to have a whistle blown. So Franta will start off running. Again, being pushed near the near side boundary. Jumping to her right. Circling the goal. She cuts back left instead. Looking for a shot. Shoots and right into the stick of Egerton. And we have another whistle. After the last few calls went in favor of the Knights, this time it will be deemed a Raptors ball. Oh, and a bad pass nearly taken away by the Knights, but recovered by Lulu Tompkins, who whose pass was off the mark directly to number 13, Kate Bradshaw for the Knights. And so the Knights, after contesting Aya Gamir's charge towards the offensive end, are able to take back the ball. Sloisa Laird charging forward. Laird trying to be physical as she nears the cage. Scooped up by Ensley. But now given back to the Raptors by the refs. Now in women's lacrosse, the netting on the stick is very shallow, so maintaining control of the ball can be difficult, especially when facing aggressive defense. And a shot towards the goal, again saved by Egerton. Piper Taylor nearly adding to the Knights' total as we approach 2.5 minutes, and perhaps an open opportunity. No, took too long on the ground ball. Louisa Laird unable to get a shot off, though right in front of the net. And a deep throwaway toss downfield is going to lead to a tussle over who can take control. Both teams fighting, both teams kicking, both teams poking with their sticks, and the Knights come out on top. So it's Franta heading back downfield to the Knights' offensive end. It's a 3v2. Knights have numbers. She shoots. Another save by Egerton. And now 1 minute and 30 seconds remain in today's game. And the clock will keep ticking down. The Raptors sending some subs onto the field as we approach the final minute of regulation play. Throw-in almost recovered by the Knights, but the officials will blow the whistle instead. And the Raptors looking for one more goal before this game comes to an end. The charge near the crease, no whistle blown. It's Surratt trying to dance around. 30 seconds. The Knights looking for one last defensive stand, and they have it. Maddie McAdams back on the field after checking out after the refs gave her a yellow card. McAdams making her way down the field as fast as possible. 11 seconds, McAdams open, takes a shot for the lower left corner and misses wide left. And with that, we approach the end of today's game. The Lady Knights will lose to the Austin Liberal Arts and Science Academy Raptors 12-3. Maddie McAdams with 3 goals. This team could not find the offensive firepower to stay in today's game. And with that, our broadcast will come to an end. I want to thank you very much to everyone at home who joined us for our broadcast today on Vype. I've been Henry Hipschman, and please join us next time. Thank you.